XTORO LA here today. We have a guest. Introduce yourself, brother.
Hey, my name is Dustin. We're in Southern California. I'm here with XTORO, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my story. So back in 2010, I was using heroin. I got introduced to it, and it pretty much destroyed my life. And in 2016, by the grace of God, I got some help, and I was able to get off heroin. And at that time, I wanted to go back to school. I wanted to do something positive with my life. So I went back to Cal State Long Beach, got my finance degree, and about 2021, that's when I graduated. And around that time, everyone that I knew was using fentanyl, and even though I had 6 or 7 months clean at that time, I still had, I don't know what caused me to relapse, but I relapsed on fentanyl and became homeless again, ruined relationship with my parents, disappointed everyone that cared about me, and threw my life down the gutter again. And thankfully, there were some programs available for me through the county that allowed me to get the help that I so desperately needed. And about 2 years ago, last month, I got 2 years clean off fentanyl.
And congratulations, brother. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, brother, for real.
Thank you. And so that's my story, and since then I've been on the straight and narrow.
Nice. Is there anybody when you were on your journey that helped you, that you want to give a shout out to, that in your journey helped you through recovery, that you could recall?
Yes, actually, yeah. If it wasn't for my mom, she never gave up on me, even when I was homeless, even when I wasn't allowed at the house. She always was there for me. She would bring food to the side of the house, leave it there so make sure I'd eat. She would leave a sleeping bag for me, whatever, and when I was ready to go into treatment, she was there. First thing, she would drop everything and take me to rehab, wherever I needed to detox. And so I'm so grateful that my mom never gave up on me.
Wow.
Because I'd probably be dead otherwise.
Wow, that's it.
And I see a lot of people out there still struggling. They get stuck deep in this hole that they can't dig themselves out of. I was in that hole I couldn't dig myself out of, and so these other people, they don't have people like I had my mom to help me get out of that hole. They don't have anyone to help them, and so they're stuck in this perpetual hole, and you see them out on the street and they can't do anything to get out of it. They're stuck, and it's so sad to see.
Do you have any advice for somebody struggling, fighting addiction, something that they can do to somehow ease the pain? Because we're all fighting pain. We're all hiding our demons, right? We're all running away from something. Is there any advice you have for somebody out there that is just trying to get past that day and go on to the next day?
I would say just keep your head up. If you want to get help is available out there. When you're ready, there's no one that can force you to get help. It's something you have to decide on your own when you're ready. And when you are ready, know that there is help available out there. There are resources in whatever city, state, county you're in that have detox, rehab, whatever your addiction is. mental health services, and these are all free services, by the way, so look it up.
Thank you, Dustin. I want to thank you for sharing your story with us. Once again, I'm doing this to shine light on the situation, because there is a lot of addiction that my family and my own brother and myself, we all went through addiction, you know, and everybody has a story. And you know what, this is a beautiful story. He's been clean 2 years, and he got his degree in finance, and he's pursuing his life, and he's on the up and up. And I want to thank you for sharing your story with us. Appreciate you, Dustin. Thank you. Yo, sure, Schmo, I just told the homies are here in the Super ride about your track, and the homie said he loved the melodies, bro. The homie right here, he fucked with it. Everybody's vibing with it, bro. We're on the up and up, bro. All right, get ready. You're not gonna believe this shit. I just pulled it to a spot, and they had Pokemon cards, and we came the fuck up. Perfect order, guys. New drop. $60.73, 3 item, tasty goodie. You kidding me? Only $150 upgrade for the strip. What's good? XTORO LA 395. Right here, we're about to interview one of my Uber rides. Introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah, my name's Barry Christopher. I'm from New York. I'm a rapper. I rapped with Ice-T at Cheviot Hills Park in West LA. I came in second place. He came in first place. It was with KGFJ radio station. They hosted it, and he got a recording contract. And I got a ticket to a concert. So I was so pissed off, I didn't even accept the contract. I mean the tickets. I just left the show. You know, I was really pissed because I wanted to win. I came in second place. But, you know, I also met a guy, and he asked me, did I have a demo tape? Which I did have a demo tape. Next thing you know, I gave him the demo tape, and somebody else was doing my same lines on KGFJ. So I was like, wow, you know, this business is so cutthroat. Then a lot of people was getting killed and stuff, so I just backed off. But I love to rap, you know, I'm a rapper. You know, I want to do my own rap show, you know, because I know a lot of celebrities. You know, I grew up with them in New York.
What are some shows you've been a part of in your time?
Excuse me?
What are some shows that you have been a part of in your time?
Well, I mean, we used to do Uncle Jam's Army at the Coliseum, and a lot of people would come out, you know, and that's how I got familiar with Ice-T. You know, we would sit on the table and he'd be telling jokes and stuff, and you know, we'd just be sitting there, you know, collaborating. But I never really got deep down into it like I really should have. You know, I gave up.
You didn't produce any music?
I didn't produce any music, but you know, I'm an excellent rapper. You know, I'm a freestyler. You know, I love to rap. It's just like a natural thing that I do. And
but writing lyrics down is like rare, or
Right, I really don't write lyrics down. I just rap.
Okay.
I'm just a rapper. You know, if the music's bumping, I can get into it.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Especially like if I'm drinking, if I have a couple of beers or whatever, hit some weed, I can really feel the music. You know, it's just a natural thing with me with the music. You know.
How'd you end up moving from the East Coast to the West Coast?
Well, my big brother got killed out there in New York. He was 25 years old. He got an honorable discharge from the Navy, and he was a Muslim. He was at the mosque, and he got into it with one of the leaders, and when he left the mosque, the guy ran him over. He had a 12-speed bike that he brought overseas, and the guy ran him over.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
So, you know, a lot of things was going bad in New York, so my dad moved us all out here.
What year was that? What year was that?
That was like 1982.
82? Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been out here since then?
Yes.
How do you like the LA?
1979, but
okay.
I remember 1982 because, yeah.
How was the LA culture at the time? During that time?
LA was really slow. You know, it was just basically Eazy-E, and it wasn't really, the West Coast scene wasn't really, you know, taking over, you know, in the rap industry. It didn't really hit the fan until like 2000 era. That's when, you know, California really started getting on the map, you know, with Snoop Dogg and Dre and Eazy-E, and you know, just a lot of California rappers started blowing up. And then, you know, when Suge Knight came in, you know, they just took over. Death Row Records, they took over.
Yeah, around that time, the late 80s, there was some groups out here. It was underground hip-hop scene for sure.
Right.
There were some groups out here. They were really doing it up on the hip-hop. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're called Project Blowed.
I think so.
Yeah, they're pretty much up there with Bone Thugs, because they claimed that they were the first ones to do that fast rapping.
Right.
Yeah, and that they kind of gave birth to it. So I remember the hip hop was really, really dope back then, man.
Exactly.
It was all about being lyrical.
Exactly.
You know,
And
being lyrical and
Thugs.
having a message, you know.
Exactly. I forgot all about Bone Thugs. They really took over the scene as well back here, you know, on the West Coast. Yeah.
Cool. So right now, if it was something with music that you can do, and you had the equipment, or you had you know, a chance to do something, what type of project would you like to work on? Would it be a song? Would it be a beat?
Well, I want to come out with 2 movies.
Okay.
And I have, but they're not patented yet, and I don't have
a director.
I don't have a unlawful disclosure.
Okay.
So I can't really speak on my movies, but my movies are based on my career and what I went through in the rap industry to rise to where I'm at now. As far as my intelligence of the you know, the rap scene period. You know, it's really deep, and it's nothing to play with, you know, because a lot of rappers are getting shot and killed. So it's really not a joke, but you know, if you know what you're doing, if you're around the right crowd, if you're around the right people, you know, you can blow up. You know, you can get the exposure that you need, you know, if you're around the right people. But it's a very cutthroat industry.
Yep, it sure is. If you want to make it up there, if you want to make it up there, right?
But you see how some people just blow straight up. For instance, look at Glorilla. You know, she just blew straight up. You know, when you're with the right people, you know, you make the right connections, you sign the right contract, and then bam.
Yeah, right now I know about this one guy. His name's Ale Russell. He's an independent label. He's sold so many albums. He's made so much money. Yeah, he did it alone, and he's not signed to anybody. You know, so I see the possibilities for sure.
Especially when you think about Nipsey Hussle. You know, mostly everything he did was on his own, and that's a testimony of, you know, how hard it is in this business, and you can make it if you really, you know, put your foot deep down in the mud. You can really make it.
What's your rapper name?
Well,
what'd you go by when you were
I was a 5%er in New York, so I used to go by Barshim Supreme, God Allah. But then when I came out here, it was no 5%ers in California, so I couldn't really build. There was no ciphers. You know, it was just.
So if you go back into this, you think you're probably gonna come up with a new name? Or are you gonna go with one of the OG names?
I just stick with Big Chris.
Okay.
Big Chris, you know. And I also do reggae music.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
I can rap in reggae, and I can rap in just regular different styles.
Wow.
You know? And it just depends on the beat and how I feel. You know, I could just pick up. You know, I could just. You know,
go with the vibe. Go with the vibe.
As the beat is bumping, I can just blend right in.
Okay.
It's amazing. And that's a talent. That's just a God-given talent, you know, of just being an artist. You know, if you're born to do it, you're born to do it. Nobody can take it from you. It's amazing.
I want to thank you for letting me interview you. And my name, I go by XTORO LA. I just changed my name.
It's called Where Are the Monkeys? And here's the deal. The guy was the head of the company was stressed out. He's always didn't have enough time to do anything. So he hired a consultant to come in to observe him, and he observed the guy working. And after 2 days, the guy says, "Well, I know what your problem is." And he said, "What's the problem?" He says, "You've got the monkeys." He says, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, if you notice, next time you come in, watch, the people come in and they got 2 or 3 monkeys on their back, and when they walk out of your office, they don't have any monkeys. You've got their monkeys." And he said, "What you've got to do is when they come in and they try to give you their monkey, you straighten them out and tell them never to do it again." And that's what he did. Whenever they came in, he said, is that a monkey you're trying to give me?" And they said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Take that monkey back and don't you ever try to do it again." And in 2 days, the guy had no monkeys. That's the story.
So you had your own business in your time? What was one of the
three computer service businesses.
Wow.
It's like cloud computing today. I mean, there were some. Then I sold my first one to a bigger company and helped them buy other companies, and they kind of ran 5 companies. It was called the division that I ran, and then I worked for them for about 7 years. Then they got into financial trouble and they sold my division, and I left then, and then I started another 2 companies. And then let's see, in '93 I said, "You know what, I've had enough." I was working 7 days a week, and I said, "I've had enough. I'm gonna not retire." But what I did was I sold my businesses and I invested in real estate, industrial real estate, warehouses and stuff. And that's kind of what I don't spend it, like I'll spend an hour a day maybe on my real estate, but not significant. But I have managers. In other words, the property manager on all the real estate. so I don't want to feel that I have to do anything. So when I wake up, most days, it's free. I can do whatever I want.
What do you have any advice for a young entrepreneur myself that has what it takes, has the ambition? I'm actually have a couple people I want to join me in the team.
Yeah.
So my next mission is to build a team to scale up and be able to build up my social media and my clothing brand. Do you have any advice for me, for a young entrepreneur, to kind of maybe skip all the unnecessary stuff?
Well,
some advice that you can give me to just
tell you generally, and I'm not sure it applies to you.
Okay.
But generally, my observation is, I'll tell you how I decided to get into my own business.
Okay.
And it'll illustrate the point I'm going to make. I was sold for IBM. I sold computers, and I was selling to small manufacturing companies. Okay, so I'm selling these guys, and after about 6 months, I said, Jesus, these guys, I don't know, they have their own, but they're successful, but I don't think they're. I think maybe I've got more qualifications than they do. And then finally, the light bulb went on, and this is the point I want to make. The reason that, for the most part, that the people in business, small business, are successful is that they're willing to take the risk to start their business. Most people, they continue to put it off until it's too late. And my point to you is, don't be stupid about it, but no business starts without risk. And even if you fail, you're going to learn something so you can pick up your pieces and start again. And that's, so number one, realize that there's risk to everything. Don't let risk put fear in you. When I started all my business, I had fear, but the fear motivates you to work hard. So that's the one thing I would think about. The other thing would be, if you're starting a business, what I said earlier, try to establish a culture within your company so that the culture forces people to work the way you want them to work. You want them to think that you've got their back, but there's a price they're paying for that, and that is they're working at a great company with other great people, and it's fun to be at the company. So that's those two. Don't be afraid of the risk, and try to create a culture of a company where everybody's putting out without feeling that they're being browbeat all the time. And so my companies, I think most people would agree, if you looked at the employees, they all enjoyed working there, but they all were busting their ass. And they appreciated the fact that they didn't have a boss that was looking over their shoulder every minute saying, are you doing this, you're doing that. They knew what their job was, and they were expected to do it. Not only was I watching them, see, their colleagues were watching them. So if somebody wasn't doing their job, I didn't have to tell them. Somebody else would tell them, hey, you don't do that here. So a culture to me is one of the most important things, because that's a self-sustaining thing within the company. Really. So I'm trying to think of.
That was a very good gem right there, William. I wanna thank you for that one. Establishing a culture within the company.
Very important. Number one. Because in my opinion, if you don't have the right culture, it's obvious your company's not going to be operating on all cylinders.
Yeah, people just look for any reason to slack.
You want the people to self-manage themselves. By having a culture, that creates the atmosphere where the employees self-manage. And also, just this is kind of a corollary to that. If an employee gets into a bind and they need some help, go out of your way if you can to help them out. They'll remember that, in the future. People came to me every now and then, they needed a loan. No problem. How long do you want to pay it back? I wouldn't be stupid about it, but basically, it's after I knew the employee. But I always went out of my way to try to help the employee.
Wow, that's amazing. I've never heard something like that. But I have had managers in my time offer to help as well, and I have took help before. So yeah, it's really rare. It's really rare.
Well, I'll give you an example. I had a couple of blacks working for me, black people, and I found and they, for example, they didn't like the culture. And by the way, don't think I'm a racist. Basically, I had a lot of Hispanics working for me as well. Basically, they felt so identified with the company that they invited myself and my partner. We attended 2 of their weddings. The
Wow.
2 guys got married. Yeah,
Cool.
no, it was a really great experience to be. But what I found was, and this is just from my own personal experience, Hispanics versus blacks, was that Hispanics were like, I would say like you, really motivated, really want to elevate. We took one guy, he started out cleaning, he was one of the cleaners, cleaning waste paper baskets, and my operations manager came and said, you know, I think this guy'd be a good print operator, a guy that runs our printers, high-speed printers.
Okay.
And I said, okay, we hired him. Over the next 5 years, he went from cleaning baskets to where he was a programmer, one of our best programmers. Yeah, he really was great. Really was good. So,
And he learned all within the company.
yeah, all within the company.
Wow.
All within the company. And
Day 100 of becoming a DJ. I want to do something really cool today. Let's see what we fucking end up doing. Let's go. What's good? How's everybody doing today? Day 100 of becoming a DJ. XTORO LA. Just feeling blessed, man, that we made it this far. Still chasing our dreams. Still doing what we want to do. It's been fucking hell. Non-stop obstacles and headaches. But you know what? I'm not gonna give up. We're still here. Big shout out to everybody that's been wanting to help the journey.
No stranger to the Lord.
Follow
I've seen Steph so many times. So many times here. Nice to see you with your face. It's gonna rock it with an acapella to get started. Yeah, take it away, bro.
Yo, Boyle Heights, what the fuck is up?
Oh,
This is one of my first spots that I've ever actually performed ever before.
XTORO, nice to meet you.
Out of town, out of state, and all that shit. My name is Steadfast Raw. I'm coming from down the street, Dallas side, 323, Glasgow Park, Cypress Park, 90065. What up? But it's always respect to BH, the big BH of East Low. All right. Before I get my vocals ready and do some shit, if you can, fuck with me a little closer. I got some shit for y'all. My boy came from CPT to fucking fuck with me on 2 of my tracks. But let's go. I contemplate how to make the bread on my plate. Calculate every day before I gotta say. I gotta make a name for myself before I hit the grave in the realm. Before I gotta represent the same name of my town. Undergrounds where the hollow tips are always trying to come around me. But I'm looking at my block and my realm, see? Has a way to make it out through my lyrics. Cause you know you feel it when you hear it. Cause I gotta persevere it. The certain ambition of wishing with written certain type of division. Before I gotta be divine when I speak to you. Teach what's true. Whether on the street or in the booth. Alright, let's get it. You can find me on all platforms at Only One Steadfast. Every day riding in our own lane riding. So take notice of some of the dopest. That's me and the turtle scope this. It be steadfast and eternal. Straight out of LA and the hub town. When you die black and black earth grow. Let that earth grow. You like it, that sound. It be steadfast and eternal. So when the dopest cats from the underground. When we drop bars at these night shows. See the slow, yeah, yo. Like the point of no return. Ready to learn and earn. Cash that isn't even your concern. Keep letting that blunt burn. Join both wax dabs. Everything takes your fix. I ain't gotta be mad. And I hate the players, just the system. Especially when I'm knee deep in it like a wisdom. Booth in the booth, dropping hits cause I'm sick, son. All I need is a beat, weed, and some income. Cause this hip hop shit doesn't pay much. Especially when these new cats be up on that lame stuff. I can't even hate, bruh. That's just what the game does. You just put in the music if you made them or paid them. I'm not even here to educate them, no. But you can't be stupid or try to play them. When the impact hits you like a ray gun, you'll be left hanging like Saddam Hussein, son. If you steadfast and eternal, straight out of LA and the hub town, where you die fast and let the herb grow. Do shit how you like it, that sound. If you steadfast and eternal, two of the dopest cats from the underground, where we grind bars at these night shows. See us flow, get you liking that now. Liking that now. What the fuck is up, Boulevard?
Yeah.
Did we wake you up? Wake you up? Wake you up?
Oh, what it do?
Fella, I got asthma and shit, so when I perform, I'm doing this out of love, because I might die. Whether I'm chilling with my homies on the block, or with my enemies that want to get me shot, I stay killing it with the haunted thoughts. You know you're feeling it like a Glock that's shot on top of your head that's soft. I'm more sicker than M than Papa Dot before we've lost the plot. I'm more sicker than STD, so if you ever test me, G, then you better best believe that you better be blessed in streets, because I'll test these G's that are repping these streets more heavily instead of these, so I rip to peace. Anybody, you can see all the love and the hate in my EYE, because you know every day I do this every day till I D-I-E. Alright, I think now we can do that next track. I think Dark Horse Cypher shit. One more time, put it back. Fuck about the yo, yo. Shout out to the custom cause I'm feeling this hit. We're feeling who's that, like one of the illest spit, like hardcore assassins who are killing you quick, because you're dealing with chicks and dealing with clicks. You never should have tested, so I must confess quick. You must have a death wish, confess to bust it. So on the block and screen, gotta use the poetry through all your property with all my block and heat. I use all philosophy before I block the cheese. Try to unbalance me, that never really happened. I'm rapping, attacking as an assassin, blasting, never hear a capping, only reacting with the facts when I'm rapping. Alright, let's get into the next one. That was my cypher right there on the Dark Shop, Dark Horse cypher shit. Look us up, that one's all. Yeah. Here we go. Yo. I put it down from my side on my 323. While I'm still alive and I DYE. Cause the rhymes are inside of my EYE. Talk about the crimes on the streets I lead. Watch my whole life as a secret scene. Just on sidelines as the people lead. Until the crime waves of the scenes of mean. Now the one block where she's you really kicks you up like who you be. In the neighborhood what you all about. Talking up the good will get you taken out. This ain't no Hollywood, see the run your mouth. I'd rather have a one that's bound to open another thug that's found. Like the trash can that run around. For kids are everywhere among your town. Murderous things. Because we're really taught to go and die. Vertical 3 letters. But not me, I'd rather see better. But not me, I'd rather go and see better. Legally with all the stage and trees. I'll fuck up the corporate slavery. I'm no slave bitch, I'm getting paid to be. Making everyone go great at me. Cause I'm killing the shit, the equipment now, but you say it's me. Before I got the aim at B, I'm in the enemy. I got the hands of the tendency. To put you right there, so let's not go there. It's gonna be unfair, so be aware, like big one. All right, I'll calm it down. That shit gets pretty intense. If you want the whole song, that's on my page. That's not everything. I'm on Spotify. Fuck with Spotify, iTunes, Apple the most. Fucking follow me, I'll follow you back. And that should have been my last one. So I'm gonna
Chris Rock, we on that hardcore shit.
Yeah.
Kinda like Slipknot. And I kid you not, we'll set it off like Viv Fox. Talk shit, you'll be dancing with the stars like Rick Fox. With a flick of the wrist, watch this whole shit pop. Once you see the burn in your face change like little Kim's.
What?
Watch, we on fire like the Palisades. Nowadays, people be sensitive cause they hella A. Get out the way, we going up like SpaceX. And even debris all over your pavements. Who will I slay that? I'm stacking up these paychecks. Cause your boy stay fresh, ain't in a foreign whip. When it comes from overseas, cause I support the Japanese behind the tent, burning trees, wrapped up in the finest leaves. Gonna get my mind at ease, getting more bread and cheese than the peas and little C's. Homie, please stop jocking my whole steeds before I send you a bullet like Drew Brees. Faster than lightning speeds, then charge you recycling fees. When I'm parking the bleeds with my teams in the streets, you know who it be. Give me B and meat, I mean. Yeah, for all my hip hop heads out there, much love. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Eternal
Say
champion.
your socials real quick before we get on.
Eternal champion, ETERNO champion. Find me on all platforms. Much love, steadfast, raw.
All right. Let me end it with a little freestyle right here. Shout out to East of the River and Boulevard. Let's do it like this off top. Yo, shout out to the family at the Boulevard and East of the River. I don't even need a dope beat to deliver anything that's so unique from my head to my feet, causing the beat on the beats, making you quiver. Your whole body shiver like I'm making it wither, like a rotten body after the morticians. Hit you right there, but there's no vision without me, because I'm the gun, the tongue that's from the under one, like Sun Tzu. Ready for this, but who knew? I already got this, like the whole crew taught me, like I was part of the Who. But not from the East Coast, the West Coast, setting the set codes and dress codes, but let's show. My name is Steadfast, never dead last. Remember that. Let's kick it back and enjoy. Hit that, relax. Peace.
Yeah, make some noise for Steadfast Raw. Nice shit. The most consistent rapper I know. Goddamn. All right.
Oh, okay.
Hello, I'm Patrick, and I'm into the jungle.
I'm Thad, in the jungle as well? I don't understand.
I'm G, definitely in the jungle.
I'm Red Death, and I'm lost in the jungle of life!
You guys got any projects you guys are working on right now?
Yeah, dude, we're working on...
Right?
The Attack Battalions of Light!
Nice.
What's the album called?
Oh, our album, it's
Yeah.
called Gaze.
Yeah, Gaze, yeah.
Yeah, Gaze.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like experimental art metal, like ambient hip hop and jazz and like insane death metal. And like 1993, like progressive death metal, like with the fretless bass, that whole cynic, death, Steve DiGiorgio vibe.
Specifically nice.
Yes.
How did you guys meet?
Well,
We were in a band together, me and my homie Patrick. He's our drummer.
tell us about the band, Patrick, that you were in.
I already said
Go on. So we're in a band named Sugar Pill, and when that one broke up, we were like, what are we gonna do? And we were hanging out at our music lab. It was a place called the Music Lab, a rehearsal space out in Austin.
Yeah.
And we all got together. We were like, let's form a band maybe. Walked across the street and we went to the ABGB. It's a brewery out in Austin. Got a couple of pictures and we were like, if we're going to be a band, what could it be? Like, what's the name? And this guy was like, Bondbreaker. And we were like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's the atoms breaking apart and stuff. I was like, hell yeah. And that was it. That was the name of the band.
The alternate name of the band was Napalm Meth. And I'm glad we didn't choose that one.
Same.
I think we made the right decision. I think Bondbreaker is much better than that.
Nice.
So thank you, Patrick.
Nice. You guys want to throw any shout outs while we're here to anybody that helped you along with projects, along with the journey that kind of helped you guys, you know, grow as a team?
Yeah, I wanna thank Pleasure Venom. Like, I love Audrey Campbell so much. Like, and Thomas, everybody, they really believed in us and they told us we can do it. And I really miss them and they're awesome. So I would say shout out to Pleasure Venom, Fuck Money, Pussy Gillette, Falling Knives, like our homies, Hans Gruber and the Diehards. We went on the fucking road with them. I love them so much. And of course, Throat Piss, love you guys so much.
Best friends. That's our bestie band.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
And just loving the whole Patton family, Lost Well family, like all of y'all.
The DIY punk and hardcore scene in Austin.
Kick butt.
Sick grindcore and death metal bands. Yeah.
What can we expect from you guys in the coming year?
We are going to focus everything we have, every last bit of time and effort into the full-length album because it is honestly crazy shit. It's weird. Stylistically, it is all over the place. And so we're taking our time. We have to nail it. We have to nail everything because we're going in the studio in October. And then we have to nail it because around probably spring of next year, the album will come out. And then we're going to tour heavily. Anywhere, anybody that fucking wants us, get in touch.
There are no limits to where we will travel.
Hell yeah.
What say you, Lord T-Bone?
Oh, I thought we were done like 5 minutes ago. I'm just hanging right now.
Hell yeah.
I want to take this time to thank you guys for letting me interview you guys. My name is XTORO LA. This is going to be on my next episode for YouTube. And it was a pleasure meeting you guys.
Thank you so
Dude,
much.
this has been a blast.
Amazing.
Like, I cannot tell you how fucking fun this is.